Good morning, my beautiful people. It's Aisha V here, and I'm glad to be back. I'm sure some of you missed me. Thank you for that. Now I'm back with social media trends, which are stories that were trending on social media and made the headlines. But first thing is first, of course, our song of the week, which is no other than Black Bones featuring Buju. Of course, I showed you the part of the song that I felt was very, when I say special or the best. Take a look at it right now. So this particular song is actually very, very special because Buju just came out, I think, under Burna Boy with a new song called The Outside. Take a look at this song and let me know what you think right now on social media.
If money not there for my pocket, yeah, I got this all to say.
Of course, that is a very beautiful song and it's lovely. You guys should go ahead and check it out right now. And check out his new single as well called Outside. Now, of course, going on to our quiz of the day, a big shout out to, I believe, Mocky Peter for doing a great job of answering this question. The question was, what African animal is the third largest land mammal and leaves the water at night to graze? The answer was a hippopotamus. Shout out to Bobai as well for getting the answer correct. Today's quiz of the day, in regards to Children's Day, which is next week, and of course our lifestyle topic, which has to do with the boiled child. This quiz of the day will be focused on children as well. The question is, who was the first to begin the celebration of Children's Day? Now, of course, these questions I've given you options, which of course can help you get the right answer between A and D. From A, B, C, and D. That is the right question. So now moving on to our Twitter shout-outs for today. Of course, you know, our Twitter shout-outs are stories, or will I say, not even stories, quick tweets from celebrities and people that kind of made special tweets on Twitter. Let's take a look at this, of course. We have Nengi, who basically said, I love being a pretty girl with a pretty attitude. I would agree because I also, I love that as well. Shout out to BB Niger. Ex-BB Niger housemate, Nengi. Now, we have a story, or I say tweets from Burna Boy, and I'd love to run quickly right through it because, of course, Burna Boy did come out, and a fan named Denzel, or Easy Tiger, he said, Burna Boy go soon leave Twitter NG for Una. Burna Boy replied, me will not even be Nigerian artist. That had Nigerians wondering, if you're not a Nigerian artist, then who are you, Burna Boy? Of course, you do showcase our culture in your songs and also your lyrics. So what is going on? Let's take a look at the next tweet here because Burna Boy seemed like he had time to reach out to everyone. He also said, I'm from here and I live here because I love my home and my people. You know, past like that. I don't make money from Nigeria. Not only cruise day here. Funny enough, people are really surprised that why would Burna Boy say this about Nigeria? The next tweet we have here, according to this quick shout out, he also said, a Twitter user called Walker said, Pele British artist. Burna Boy in response said, all join. Add Colombia and Timbuktu Seth. Seems like he's not disturbed at all. I mean, very surprising, but surprising Burna Boy. Let's take a look at our next thing here on the agenda. It was very surprising because Burna Boy did win a Grammy, and he said this is for Nigeria. Another Twitter reaction here from Gordian. He said, Burna Boy, Google say you be Nigerian, or are you from Biafra? It's written right there. Burna Boy is a Nigerian artist or a singer. All right, moving on to our first story of today. Of course, this was trending on social media, basically about Shell oil. If you're very common, or you know about Shell oil, which is in Port Harcourt, is in Lagos. They're basically having a talk with the Nigerian government right now that they may want to divest or leave Nigeria. It seems like Shell oil is tired of doing business here and wants to leave. Commonly known as Shell, or Royal Dutch Shell, oil and gas company, has a long-term commitment with Nigeria, but right now it seems like they are frustrated and want to end things here, basically because of sabotage, because of lawsuits as well. I mean, Shell is going through a lot right now with Nigeria, and they claim that actually their pipelines are always being destroyed and affecting the Niger Delta community, which means they must pay for those damages. It's happening too often, and they are not happy about it. I have some images here for you all to see while I tell you more about Shell and what they're doing with the government. Right now, as you can see, we have Shell. If you're aware of Shell and what's going on right now, what's trending on social media, and Nigerians had a lot to say about this. I'll read some reactions for you right now, right quickly to let you know how they took it. There's some pictures here on the screen. as you know, Shell. And of course, they have been accused of oil spillages that have damaged farms and lands and inherited livelihoods. Just back in February 2021, a Dutch court held Shell's Nigerian minor office responsible for multiple lawsuits. And they were asked to pay farmers for destroying their land crops. So right now, there's a lot going on with Shell, but you know what? It is a developing story, and I'll let you know more about that. Let's take a look at some reactions of what Nigerians had to say about the situation. Now, as you know, many people don't know much about it, so I have to let you know really what's happening with Shell and why they're ready to leave Nigeria and the issues they're causing with the Nigerian government. So let's take a look at some Twitter reactions right now. We have here from Afro Damizo. He said, interesting. No talks about ensuring complete cleanup of over 2 million barrels of oil spillage that has brought misery to Ogoni people for decades. That is a very crucial point. Another tweet we have here, this is from another Twitter user from Amatine Global. She said, are we going to be all right? What does this mean for our economy? Please, somebody talk to me. Of course, a young man there said, this is Ugwaguna. He said, I hope I got that right. A lot more Nigerians will lose jobs, both direct staffs and contract staff. Bad for the company, and unemployment would be on the rise. He's very correct about that. I think I have one more reaction to share with you before we go on to our next story. We have Aluban Dollars step in the right direction. This will let Nigerian government focus on other resources. And we have Ju also says, please don't go. Many reactions on this story. Nigerians are wondering what will happen. But don't worry, I'll let you know what happens. Moving on to our next story of the Nigerian Senate. They've decided to pass the bill to criminalize payment of ransom to our kidnappers, you know, to people that have been kidnapping Nigerians. It's quite unfortunate, but this is a new bill that has come to the second reading and may pass it. But right now, we're still waiting, because this actually has already stated that the senators believe that kidnapping is encouraged by ransom, and they believe that if you don't pay the ransom, it will discourage the kidnappers and terrorists. Eventually, the captives will be rescued. This is the Senate's view of point on this particular issue. They feel putting a ransom or putting 15 years jail sentence on those who pay ransom would help stop the kidnapping currently going on in the country. I have here some facts for you from the Nigerian geopolitical intelligence firm, SBM Intelligence. In a recent report, estimated about $18.3 million was paid as ransom between 2011 and 2020. That is a whole lot of money. Now I have some reactions to read from you, from what is going on from this particular story. We have here from a Nigerian Twitter user, Walter Anga. He says, let them withdraw their security personnel first, then they can come back and pass this particular bill. Secondly, their children should come back to Nigeria. We have plenty jobs for them. Obviously, he is not very happy. The next reaction I have here is from another Twitter user, from Tiffany. She says, really? So what will happen to those abducted? Very good question. One more reaction here I have to read from you. You can see the Nigerians are really worried, and some are actually agreeing with this particular bill. We have some from Ugosko one. She says, so how would they tackle kidnapping and kidnappers? We have from Uche officials. So you can now arrest kidnappers and arrest the victims, carry them, go court, and put them in the same jail. Very good. Moving on to our next story for today is, of course, diving right into entertainment with Wizkid and 30BG, which is David O. They're back at it again. Their fans are now competing or wondering who will win the best album, or will I say the rest of Africa category in the SAMAs. The SAMAs is the South African Music Awards. If you don't know what that is, I'm here to tell you right now. The SAMAs is basically a South African Music Award that allows people or artists in that country to showcase their talents for over 2 days to receive a statue they call the SAMA. Take a look at these pictures I have for you here. I'll show you the awards that they have been nominated for. This is obviously different because there are 2 of our favorite Nigerian artists nominated for this. You can see Sauti Sol as well has been nominated from Kenya. We have a tweet here from Wizkid, and he says, after Made in Lagos, I'm giving y'all one last album as Wizkid. This was back in 2019. And of course, Wizkid did drop a graphic this week to tell us that he's ready for his next album. But he needs help. Let's look at the graphic right now. But he may need help figuring out who will win or who will actually be able to get the album title or the cover, for example. Let's take a look at it right now. This is what he dropped on Instagram. He has a question mark there, letting us know. If you can guess, please go ahead, and maybe you might be right. And it may be his last album, but who knows? So we're ready to see about that. And then we still have Davido in the news, who was able, or will I say, acquired a new vicious car. This car, you all may know about it because he's not the first Nigerian artist to acquire this car, but he actually just got a Rolls Royce, his first Rolls Royce, as he says, and he says, oh yeah, is in 2021. Wow. And he commented, we rise by lifting others, but don't forget to reward yourself. Who they zuzu? If you know what that means, comment right now and let me know on Twitter at @theweekendshow_NG. Let's look at the next picture. Some fans were wondering why Davido had to show out like this. If you followed up, look at this comment from Spencer Soyemi. He says, people don't go and compete. He doesn't have to pay for it in full. He's an American citizen. He could have done a 10% down payment on this ride. That's a hating comment to me. Davido responded, when you see him for Banana Island, your eye go clear. Cow. I mean, come on, David. I mean, I myself, I'm waiting to see this car in Banana Island. You know I am an OBO fan for sure. All right, guys, take a look at this picture, of course, with Davido. What he basically had, the color of his shirt matches the sign. I mean, come on, David, what's going on? But let's see. If we see this car in Banana Island, we know then Davido has gotten his RR. All right, moving on to the next story for today, of course, I have for you my lucky features, but I will be sharing that with you next week because right now I do have a lot to share with you on the international scene. As you do know about Riri and ASAP Rocky, they have finally been able to say they're official and they might be dating, you know, and all of those things. But okay, before I get into that, let me go back to my lucky features. I have here with me, or will I say, a picture of, his name is Olushola Ayola. This man is the brain behind right now what is currently happening in Ibadan. He has been able to actually create a drone that can basically detect criminals in the forest. Right now, this is what we need. Many Nigerians feel like he's on the right track to helping us from insecurity. He's an engineer that graduated from University of Ibadan, and he was able to invent a carbon emission tracker drone that can locate or find criminals in any forest. Now, I'm giving you these lucky features to encourage you all at home that you can do these things. You can be great. You can be excellent. You can be able to show off that, you know what, you've done your homework. And let's see now, the federal government might actually take this drone seriously. I don't know, you know, but he's actually the founder of Robotics and Artificial Intelligence Nigeria. So now up next, I'm going to share with you the story of course, Riri and ASAP Rocky. I'll be sharing with you, I'll try every week to share with you lucky features to encourage our viewers, you at home, wherever you are, that you are also great. And there are people like you in Africa that are doing great things. Let's take a look at, here we have Danadi Nelson, who was able to create or build a house from plastic waste. Now, why this is special is because he was able to build it from 13,000 kilograms of plastic waste. That means bottles and all these other type of things. He's able to turn the plastics into bricks, which means, wow, he's definitely doing his thing. And he had his workers actually help him on this project. And he also collaborated with the development fund with Help Skills here over in Ghana. He is from Ghana. I forgot to mention that. I mean, but it's beautiful. What he's doing is so amazing. So he's not the first one to actually create plastics from bricks. We have Nzambi Mate, who is the founder of that process, a woman in Kenya. I mean, guys, I have a lot to share with you, but my time is running out. So I'm going to go straight to my international story with Riri and ASAP Rocky. It's official, of course, and they are dating. How do I know, you may ask? Well, ASAP Rocky actually said in an interview that now he knows the love of his life, and he has been looking for her all along. As you know, ASAP and Riri have been on songs together. He has performed with her on the same stage, and now they are official. I don't know how far this can go, but as you all know, I love the couple. I love the style, the synergy. It's lovely. I can't wait to see how far they go. And of course, you know, Don Jazzy has been, following the trends on social media, Don Jazzy has been crazy about Riri for a long time. And now that he has a girlfriend, I don't know what Don Jazzy is going to do, but if you guys can advise him, please go ahead and do so. There's a video of him going around on social media where he basically said, please stop telling me about Riri. I don't care. I don't care. But we all know he does care. All right, guys, moving on to my last quick one. Lil Baby and Kirk Franklin have a song together. Take a look at this screen, man. You know Lil Baby is a rapper and Kirk Franklin is a gospel singer. It's called We Win. Can't wait to see it. Let's go, guys. I'm very excited. But that's all I have for you for entertainment for this week. My name is Aisha B. Of course, as you know, follow me at Aisha B on Twitter and on Instagram. And follow The Weekend Show on Twitter and Instagram at The Weekend Show NG. See you all next week. Bye.